Is that someone there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stand up. Go for it.
What kind of preparation did you do in the scene where you had to kill your wife? And, I mean, where did you draw from for that? Because, I mean, that's just kind of a really powerful thing. Somebody that you're so in love with, and here, she's the bad guy, so to speak. You have to, you're forced into the situation.
I'm a pretty easygoing guy on set. Generally for that scene, I stayed in my trailer. We went, Kate and I went and blocked the scene. And that was Alcala that directed that. Or was that? Yeah, it was Alcala, who was new to us, right? So that was funny that we'd be doing this scene with
A virtual stranger.
a virtual stranger to us. So we were, I was quite adamant that we only, he wanted us to block, he wanted us to go through it, etc. And we kind of, I mean, there's not much blocking in it. So we got our positions, and then we said, okay, that's it. We're not doing this anymore. And it was because the crew had been with us for all this time, so there wasn't a problem with us putting down our feet, so to speak, and saying, that's it. We're out of here. And I went to my trailer and stayed there. There is there's a Canadian musician called Lorena McKinnon, who plays the harp, the Celtic harp. And she has a wonderful, all of her albums are, but album in which a Canadian actor, singer, folk singer, Cedric Smith, who should be an amazing superstar. Cedric sings Carrick Fergus with her. It's an Irish song. It's a love song about wish I wasn't Carrick Fergus, and it's a love song, and it deals with the death. And I played that song over and over again, just sat there, and then I was called to set a couple times, and they weren't ready. And so I went and was very kind about it, and then at one point I just said, Troy, don't knock on my door until you are ready. I want to walk there on the set, and we'll do it. I will not go back in until you're ready. And I was like, oh, okay. But that was very necessary. And we didn't have to do many takes of that. It was just, okay, everybody's quiet. And it was so cool because we had that same, we're so fortunate to have the same shooters, the same sound people, the same post-production people, and except for this one time of all times, basically directors that we had recurring. They do a few each season, the same people. But it was everybody on the crew were so there for us during that and our relationship. It was so painful to do the scene. There was really no acting required because, wow, there he was, and it's had to happen. So that was the preparation that we did with that. I mean, easy to get along with it, but there are some times that, that it's so confusing on set, and there's so many egos and things bouncing around that sometimes you have to go, no, we are here for this. Is the most important thing, is what happens between us in front of the lens when the camera rolls. Never mind this bullshit about let's do it. So we stayed focused on that. And it was very painful to do, but very easy to do.
I know, and when it's a scene like that, when so much is being asked of you, and so you have to just pour your heart out, the last thing you want is someone to just keep chipping away at you and chipping it, and it's like picking it, and it's like, come to the set, and you're, from going from your trailer to the set and dealing with that, and then going back, and then settling in, and then being asked to go back, and then do it, and then
the lights
and then settling. It's just, it drains you, and it's a distraction that's unnecessary, and good for you for putting your foot down. And it was really, for me, terrifying working with this new director. It was, but it was perfect because I felt really abandoned.
Yeah.
I felt so abandoned. I was angry. and Alcala was brilliant, but I didn't know him, and I was furious.
Yeah.
And I felt so betrayed, and I was angry, and like all this stuff, and it's like, I have to do this scene, this director, you know, and I don't mean any disrespect to him, but it was just like, I felt dissed, and it all played, it all just played, you know, because you can't let thoughts like that interrupt, you know, you just have to keep it all flowing. But yeah, I never told you that. I felt so angry and so betrayed and so abandoned that this stranger, and nobody was around. Ron wasn't around. David wasn't around. You know, Nathan wasn't
nobody wanted
around.
to be there for that scene. It was just too painful
No,
for Ron.
and that's
Everybody was gone.
Ron didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
He didn't want to see me. So you know, us like that. So that was interesting. Yeah. Yes.